Okay, we should be live. I do not know because Expo doesn't really tell me when stuff happens. But what is up, guys? Welcome everybody who is here right now. Thank you guys for coming in to the Friday Wrestling live stream. Every Friday here on the Chase Oliver channel, we will be doing some wrestling roundup news, talking about wrestling, and also a Q&A portion as well, as always with the live streams. So yeah, we have some decent stuff to talk about this Friday. Nothing too noteworthy after WrestleMania. Just a couple stuff to talk about here or there. But anyways, thank you guys for coming. Just let me know, guys, because this is the first time I'm doing a stream with the new microphone. Just let me know how the sound's turning out. That's all I really need to know from you guys is if the sound's coming in good and everything. Like I said, I've never used this microphone on stream, so I don't know what's going on. And hope you feel better, Blue Knight. I hate being sick. Being sick is like the worst. I'm not sick, but I've been getting like this like weird, like my mouth has been getting dry as of late. I don't know what's going on with it, so it is what it is. What's up, John 15 HD? All right, so time to talk about some pro wrestling. Time to talk about some news going on, such as the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble. We all know that event is going on right now. The WWE Greatest Royal Rumble is coming up not next Friday, 2 Fridays from now. 2 Fridays from now, the WWE will be hosting that Greatest Royal Rumble starting at 12 p.m. Eastern time for all these Eastern Standard people, and then for me at 9 in the morning. Now, I'll tell you this: I'm not watching Greatest Royal Rumble live. I got something really important going on that day in the morning, so I'll catch it on the replay. I probably will review that show, but most likely it'll just be like really, really late, and that would probably be my Friday live stream. Is just the Greatest Royal Rumble review. I mean, I don't know how you could really review a glorified house show. That's how I view the Greatest Royal Rumble. And when I look at the Greatest Royal Rumble, it's just so dumb. Like, this is why WWE is just so dumb. Like, this glorified house show in Saudi Arabia has a much better card than WrestleMania. I don't care what anyone tries to tell you. This card is so much better than WrestleMania. You're telling me I'm getting John Cena versus Triple H. I'm getting a Royal Rumble match with like 50 people. And then all of a sudden, I'm also getting Undertaker versus Chris Jericho inside of a casket match. Not only that, an Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat Ladder match with Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Samoa Joe. I don't know what the U.S. title match is, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Jinder Mahal versus someone that is not Randy Orton. I mean, you just look at this card and you say to yourself, man, dude, that card looks pretty sick. That card looks pretty damn solid. That's what I look at when I look at the Greatest Royal Rumble card. It's just that it looks really, really darn good. It really does look darn good. And it's sad to say that because WrestleMania just happened. And it just feels like WWE literally put all hands on deck on Greatest Royal Rumble. Like, we should have got a Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a steel cage at WrestleMania. The reason why should have been like, oh, these two are two beasts going at it. You know, Brock Lesnar wants Roman Reigns to know what it's like to be in the octagon with him or some shit. So you just have it where Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns have like a steel cage match. You know, that would have been better. But no, instead, they're just all like, oh no, let's just have Lesnar do 8 F5s on Reigns for no reason. And Reigns kicks out of all of them. And now Reigns is all conspiracy theorist. And he's all freaking out that he's getting a free world title match against the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar at this Greatest Royal Rumble event. The one thing is too, like, WWE has not even explained what the Greatest Royal Rumble winner gets. Like, what do they get? Do they just get the title? Like, do I have to hear Michael Cole, like, every time someone comes down and like, and there you have it, folks. That's the Greatest Royal Rumble winner for like a year until this event happens again? Is this going to be a one-time only event? Is this going to be something that WWE tries to do every year where they go to a country they haven't really visited and do like a greater Royal Rumble? That's just something that I always wonder about this event. Like, how much of it is really going to help WWE business-wise? Is it going to do anything to change the business of pro wrestling? That's something about this event, because the thing is, WWE is going all hands on deck on this event. They're literally making this event quite possibly their biggest event of the year. And I know people are going to say to them, no, Chase, no, like, how do you have The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, John Cena versus Triple H, a 50-man Royal Rumble where pretty much your whole roster is going to be in this match? You cannot tell me they're not going hands on deck. That venue, it's huge. So when it comes down to it, when you look at it, the Greatest Royal Rumble is their biggest event this year. That's the event that they've been focused on. I thought the Greatest Royal Rumble was happening in June. I didn't realize it was happening 3 weeks after Mania. I was so foolish. I should have known that this was going to happen sooner. Like, literally, you're taking 2 live events, one being the grandest show of them all, and the other being, like, you know, the Redemption pay-per-view after the grandest show of them all, the Redemption live event show. You're taking 2 of those shows, and you're putting them on the back burner for a glorified house show. I don't know. To me personally, when I think of that, when I see that, it just kind of makes me wonder, what is WWE trying to do here? What is WWE's end goal here? Because once again, you know, WWE could have an event like this, but really, does it all that matter all that much? Does it change the impact of how the WWE network's being used? Because, like, you know, people always say, oh yeah, this is great, Chase. This is what I bought the network for. This is why I pay $9.99 a month, so I could get cool house shows like this. How many times are they actually going to show house shows like this? How many times are they actually going to show us shows that actually matter like this? They don't do it every time. They've only done it once for Japan with the Beast in the East special. Now they're doing it for the Saudi Arabia special. For all the push that they gave to Jinder Mahal and everything like that, and talking about India having 1.3 billion people chanting his name, they didn't show us anything from the Indian tour. I think a lot of people just kind of saw this as the greatest Royal Rumble, and WWE is like, oh, I think a lot of fans would get mad, especially those who are subscribed to the network. They're going to get mad if they don't see this, so we're just going to put it on the network. To me personally, when I look at the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble, I see it as just a glorified house show, and I just see it as WWE proving they don't have their priorities in the right place. Like, when it comes to having priorities set, the WWE's priorities were just all messed up. They're and I get it. They're a business. They got to look at priorities that help make them money. But here's the thing. You're not consistently going to do this event every year. The Greatest Royal Rumble is not going to be something that you do every year. If it is, great. Fine. You'll prove me wrong. But the thing is, WrestleMania is a show that happens every year for your company since 1985. That is your biggest show. Or 1984, excuse me, sorry. Since 1984, WrestleMania has been your biggest show. You cannot sit here and tell me that, oh, we're going to sacrifice Mania just for freaking Greatest Royal Rumble. Like, for real. You don't sacrifice your biggest show of the year just for that. And then also, you know, Schleg Daddy talked about it in his latest video. Y'all can check out that one. How it's like, a lot of fans are not outraged by the fact that, you know, there's no women on this card. So, one of your hottest acts, Ronda Rousey, she's not even going to be at the event. We're not even going to get Ronda Rousey, Honda Housey, no cringe Ronda at this event. So, yeah, when it comes down to it, the Greatest Royal Rumble, it's a glorified house show. But one house show that we don't know if we're going to get Rusev Day at. Now, I don't know anything much about these rumors. You guys know me. I don't jump on the rumors. I don't try to do clickbait titles when it comes to talking about rumors. I like to wait and see until stuff comes out. I haven't heard anything come out. But I just have to have a question. Are we done with Rusev Day? Is Rusev Day gone? Because if so, man, it just shows, man, WWE just lose interest in talent and don't know how to keep talent under their banner. Rusev was someone that was a very talented individual for the WWE. Rusev was someone that did a lot of good stuff for the company. You know, I didn't think that this whole anti-American, Russian, Bulgarian gimmick would work, but the fans hated it. They didn't like it. He was getting booed. He was actually over as a heel. And then you had Stalker Rusev, one of my personal favorites. Everyone loves Rusev Day. Rusev Day is great, but I love that Stalker Rusev character. Remember when he was all stalking Lana and stuff like that, and Summer Rae gave him the best catchphrase ever, Roo-Roo? Oh, I love Stalker Rusev. That was funny stuff. He was just all stalking Lana on his crutches. It was great. I mean, Rusev always, it's like one of those guys. You put him in bad situations, and he ends up doing his best. Solid worker, solid everything. He's over right now, and of course the company doesn't like that he's over because they didn't think of it. It's not like Vince was like, hey, Rusev, why don't we think about you saying it's Rusev Day all the time? No, this was probably something Rusev was joking around with backstage, and then he said it, and there you go. Got over, naturally, of course. So Vince doesn't like it because it's not his idea. It's not the WWE's idea. Kevin Dunn doesn't like it because he's not producing it. He's not the one making a final say on it. So of course they're not going to do anything with Rusev. So Rusev asked for his release because he wants to go on and do other things. WWE is not going to let Rusev go because they realize, okay, look, if they're not going to let Neville out of his contract, and Neville's nowhere near the star power that Rusev is with this Rusev Day crap, what makes you think that they're going to let Rusev walk away with this? Oh, he could go on, Rusev Day, whatever his real name is, Day, make all these independent t-shirts, man. It's like, to be honest here, when you look at Rusev is just a talented guy. But granted, sometimes talent doesn't match well with attitude. And here's the thing. I like Rusev. I think Rusev's a really talented superstar, really talented pro wrestler, but his attitude stinks. When it comes to a professional atmosphere, his attitude stinks. And I should know, I've worked for many different jobs, and I know that attitude can take you into good places. Like, I may not like certain jobs that I'm doing, but I always have a good attitude. I always have a smile on my face. Coworkers can come to me and ask me questions. Even if I don't know the answers, they still come to me. Why? Because they go, oh, well, Chase has a good attitude. Oh, he may not be having a good day, but we know we can trust Chase. We know we can go to Chase. Rusev, he's all going on doing funny Twitter stuff. And yes, for us as wrestling fans, that's hilarious. That's great. He's giving us dirt on the inside business, but it's so unprofessional. See, the thing is, I can understand why WWE is not thinking, oh, let's push Rusev, because Rusev attitude sucks. Sorry, it's true. Attitude does freaking matter in the wrestling business. I'm not just defending WWE. Same goes for any wrestling business. I hope they push someone with the right attitude. You don't want to push someone that is just going to always joke around and act like it's not a big deal. Rusev's always doing jabs on Twitter. He's always retweeting something he shouldn't be tweeting. He's always tweeting funny stuff. Yes, I may chuckle at it. I may find it funny. I do think Rusev's a funny Twitter user. But when it comes down to a business aspect, it looks bad. You can't be having that type of attitude. Y'all try to have the attitude Rusev has at your jobs. See how long your managers put up with that shit. See how long some of your coworkers put up with that shit. Sure, maybe wrestlers have like a different, unique sense of humor with each other, but you try to do that in a corporate atmosphere where you're like Rusev, always tweeting jabs at your coworkers and everything like that. How much do you think they're really going to sit there and be okay with that? Just because you're talented doesn't mean you can get away with everything. We've seen many NBA players, NFL superstars. Hell, look at Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant is one of the most talented wide receivers. Yeah, he's on the decline, but he's one of the more talented wide receivers in the NFL. I don't care what anyone says. He's still top 10. You can't tell me Dez Bryant's not a top 10 wide receiver still. And that dude got released. Not just because he was getting overpaid. I've seen many players get overpaid. It's because his attitude sucks. His attitude sucks, man. That's the reason why Dez Bryant got released. Yeah, sure, the Cowboys got to save some money, but they got rid of a headache in the locker room. They didn't need to deal with Dez anymore. It's another reason. People are just like, oh, this is a cap-saving move for the Cowboys. No! That's just for them to save money. When it comes to Rusev, Rusev has a terrible attitude. Hey, if that's his attitude, that's his attitude. We can't change it. But if people are complaining, oh, why WWE's not using him, don't just blame WWE. Blame Rusev and his shitty fucking attitude sometimes. How about that? It's easy to always blame the company for doing some wrongdoings and making some mistakes, but sometimes it's okay to blame. It's okay to blame the wrestlers. It's okay. Not a big deal. So yeah, when it comes down to it, is Rusev Day over? I want to know what you guys think in the chat or anything like that. I don't know who came up with the name, the Greatest Royal Rumble. Like, literally, it's just like when McDonald's came out with the bigger Big Mac. They're like, let's just call it the Grand Mac. Let's just call it the Grand Big Mac. Like what the hell? It's just a bigger Big Mac. No, it's the Grand Mac. What's the fucking difference? It's bigger. That shit's good, though, man. I know that sounds terrible. I should be, like, telling you guys to eat healthy and everything like that. But, yeah, no, that shit was good, man. You guys can tell I've been losing weight, so I'm okay to splurge every once in a while in some terrible delights and stuff like that. So anyways, the next topic I want to talk about here on the rundown is screw Alberto El Patron. I'm so glad that Impact Wrestling / TNA / GFW, whatever you know it as, terminated this man after no-showing this WrestleCon event at the Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground. I'm so glad, because I thought it was such horse shit. And it was funny too, when I was actually writing the title for this video, saying screw Alberto El Patron, I got a news update from Cage Side Seats. El Patron explained his reasoning why he no-showed the Lucha versus Impact event. So I was like, okay, let me see what he said. He said he had a family issue. Oh, was that family issue tequila? Was your sister Jose Cuervo sick or something, El Patron? Were you mixing some Cuervo and Patron, hanging out with Carlito, your cousin? Like seriously, what was this family issue? Because you just literally fucked up. I mean, seriously, man. I'm so glad that Impact Wrestling cut him and said, no, we're done. Like, what a good move by Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling has been making good moves as of late. But the one move that I was dreading the most, and I knew that Impact Wrestling fans were mostly going to hate on me for, because they always think I'm negative on Impact. But I'm sorry, it's just I like criticizing things when it needs to be criticized. I was so afraid that they were just building up Austin Aries just to lose to that douche. Just for him to lose to El Patron. Because El Patron has a name to him. Yeah, Austin Aries, he's a loyal guy. He has a cute name. But El Patron, he breaks down boundaries, which is true. When you look at it from a business aspect, Patron garners probably more fan attention than Austin Aries. Austin Aries, yeah, he's a well-known wrestler. Good guy. People know him from his WWE days. But man, El Patron, he goes to the border. He goes to Mexico. He can dominate the North American scene. That's what El Patron has the potential for, and I thought, and I was really hoping that Impact Wrestling would not be foolish enough to put the stupid belt on him again. I was saying, do not put the belt on El Patron. Keep it on Aries or build it up for Brian Cage. Do not give it to freaking El Patron, because if El Patron would have won, that dude would have dominated up until Bound for Glory, until they were ready to put it on someone else, or he would probably have won there. Or he would have gotten the El Patron versus Johnny Impact match that they so badly wanted. El Patron, Alberto Del Rio, whatever you want to call him, this dude literally is a bum. And you know, I was all sitting here in the same article that I was reading was saying that, oh, I'm leaving wrestling in a year anyways. You know, what the hell are you going to do? Get your ass kicked in MMA again? Like seriously, what are you going to do? Like, that's the thing about El Patron. I've never seen a guy so fucking talented like Alberto Del Rio. And whether you think Del Rio's boring or not, it doesn't matter. He's a talented in-ring wrestler. He has all the tools and potentials to be a charismatic force in whatever company he's in. He has a potential inside of him. But yet this guy wastes it all. He acts like he's bigger than he actually is. You know what, Del Rio? You lucky that WWE was looking for a new Hispanic star. That's the only reason why you got fucking pushed in WWE. It's the truth. The only reason why Del Rio even got a push or even a look in WWE was the fact that he was good looking, he was a Hispanic, and they needed a new Hispanic star. That's it. Ray Ray's knees were broken. The Sin Cara seemed like it was like not going to come at that time, so they had to force you to be that new big star, and you flopped. The only good run you had was ruined because your biggest heel got busted for marijuana before WrestleMania 29. Literally. And now you go leave all these, and you left WWE. You said, oh, I'll never come back. You were wrestling in AAA. You were doing some good work there. And then once WWE came calling, you left all these shows high and dry. All these shows that are actually trying to do something for you, you left them high and dry just to go back to the WWE. And then you were unhappy in WWE. You left WWE. You go on to all these other shows. Impact Wrestling literally throws the world title on you because they really feel like that you could help their company. And at that time, I said, don't trust this guy, Impact. And all these Impact fans were coming at me saying, you're just an Impact hater. No, I was telling you all, don't trust El Patron. No one listened. No one cared. Everyone Just always, and especially when it comes to Impact fans, when are you going to wake the fuck up and actually just take criticism for once? Seriously. Why would you ever trust El Patron to be your top guy? Dude's a bum. Dude is scum. And you saw it, because once Impact was building him up to be their top dude, he did something stupid with Paige, where we still don't know the whole situation. El Patron. El Patron is trash. I hope WWE doesn't sign him ever again. I hope WWE never signs him, man. I hope they're done with him. I hope he's done with wrestling. Good luck getting your ass kicked in MMA. I don't care what you do. I mean, seriously. You have all the potential in the world, dude, and you just wasting it. When it comes down to people when they want to talk about wrestlers who had big-time potential, Del Rio's on that list. Like, top 10 easy. Guys who have big-time potential to do big things for the company. And like I said, whether you liked him or not, it doesn't matter. Dude is uber talented. Dude has the ability to unlock charisma. Like, he has that charisma ability. You saw it in that babyface run when we was feuding with Swagger. He has that ability. And it's just like, he just doesn't know how to use it. So I'm done with him. If he comes to WWE, they're stupid, man. You know what, actually, I hope WWE does sign that idiot. Just so that way they can realize, shit, we signed this bum again. Yeah, I bet you he'll no-show that event too, Andre. He no-showed a bunch of AAA events, but Triple Mania is their biggest show, so I don't think he's going to really do that. But he did, like, not commit his commitments to Lucha Underground, so. And then, finally, we're going to talk about Being the Elite. If you guys know the Young Bucks little YouTube show. Being the Elite, is it over? Have you guys watched it? I honestly watched Being the Elite. I thought it was kind of cool how they had cool little storylines and everything like that. It was fun. It was like the most character I would see out of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, to be honest here. I watched it. It was fun. But is it over? Episode 100 ended. They put the finale. It was kind of a weird finale. I expected more funniness out of them, but it was just kind of like a really sad finale. Is it over? Check it out. Let me know. I hope it's not over, to be honest, because I do enjoy when wrestlers have little side shows and they're like kind of keeping the kayfabe alive in their little video things. Like, don't get me wrong, they go out of character in it, but a lot of times, like, if you watch Being the Elite, it adds more to certain story elements that they're in, of course. Of course, they're trying to get themselves over. So, yeah. If WWE signs for Del Rio, I fear for Paige's help. Hopefully he's not on SmackDown Live. That's the one thing I hope to say about Del Rio and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, that's it for the main topics. If you guys have any questions for the Q&A portion, let me know. I just want to know, guys, how am I sounding on the microphone? That's all I really want to know. I just want to know if I'm sounding good on the microphone and everything like that. Just let me know into the chat and everything like that. Because I just don't know how it's sounding, to be honest. I can't hear myself back for whatever reason because I don't have those fancy headphones. That's the next thing on the bucket list and stuff like that. Chase, I have two questions for you. What are your thoughts regarding what is going on with Channel Awesome? And what are your thoughts on David Smith incident with Jake Roberts? Okay, Xander, the Channel Awesome stuff, I'll answer that, but it will be a long-ass answer. So, Channel Awesome will be in the back of my mind, but I'll answer that once I get to a few questions. But thank you for asking that question. I'll definitely get to that one. But it's just something that I'll have to say because I don't want to go on a whole Channel Awesome talk right now, and then it's just like all these questions are coming in and people are like, why the fuck ain't you not see my question? So Channel Awesome question will be answered, but we will save it for a little bit later. My thoughts on David Hart Smith incident with Jake Roberts. I don't know much about it. I just know that D.H. Smith threw something at Jake Roberts. Why? I don't know. He seems like an idiot to me. Never was a fan of D.H. Smith. But why would he do that to Jake Roberts? What the hell did he do? I just made a complimentary Xfinity pass just to watch this stream. Oh, nice. Thank you, Degenerate Sharagon. That's very generous. I'm glad that you made that. That's very nice. Thank you, man. That sounds good. Thank you, Cody Ray, for letting me know it sounds fine. I was thinking about watching the Greatest Rumble, but I won't have to work early that morning. But I have to work early that morning weekend. Yeah, I just got a job interview that day, so I was just like, yeah, I got some more important stuff to do than watch wrestling at that point. What do you think of the Mets, Red Sox, and Angels hot start in the young season? The Mets, I told people the Mets were kind of like one of my sleeper teams. I didn't say they would do as good as they're doing right now, but yeah, no, the Mets had great pitching. That's the thing about the Mets. It was just like, if their pitching can stay healthy, the Mets will be fine because they have good pitching. I didn't think they would be one of the top teams in the NL. But yeah, man, the Mets would be fine. Red Sox, they're a loaded team. We knew that the Red Sox would be fine. I knew that they were going to be one of the best teams in the AL. The Angels, now that's a story. Shohei Ohtani, for all the hype that dude got, man, he's delivering. He's good. Pitcher and hitter, oh my God, he's fun to watch, man. That's one of the best baseball players to watch right now. One of the best baseball players to watch right now is Shohei Ohtani. And hey, let's give a shout out to those Pittsburgh Pirates too, man. I've been watching these games with the Cubs. I didn't know they had that kind of hitting in them. Jeez, they're good. What's the shittiest video you think you ever made? It was my TNA Hardcore Justice review and stuff like that. It was like a long ass time ago too. I think 2011. That video was shitty. Or some of my older shit too, where I was filming with like a shitty ass camera and stuff like that. But TNA Hardcore Justice, because like I was using my old MacBook and I was filming from the camera, and it was like my voice was talking, but it was out of sync, so it just looked super fucking bad and stuff like that. You too, Andre. Have a good weekend, man. I met a lot of wrestlers, Jay Barton. The best is Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil was the coolest guy I've ever met. Talked about him, about Florida Gator football and everything like that. He was just such a cool guy and stuff. Love Titus O'Neil. Definitely talked to him. He took time too, because like he would have to be somewhere. He's like, hey, hold on, man, I'm talking. And he was like talking to me and stuff like that. Such a cool dude. The worst wrestler I ever met was Eric Young. I don't know if it was just the venue or if he was just in a bad mood, but he was just a dick. Like he just like didn't care about signing people's autographs that day. I've heard everyone say like, oh, Eric Young's the nicest person, but for me, I was like, when I met him, he was a dick and stuff like that. So yeah, he was the worst, but the best was definitely Titus O'Neil. Which team will Dez Bryant sign with? Plus the 49ers are clicking to get him. 49ers are a team. I can see the Colts because they have a nice little cap space, and they probably want another receiver to complement T.Y. Hilton. Go after Dez Bryant, which wouldn't be bad. The Jaguars have no number one wide receiver, and they might foolishly think that, oh, if we get Dez Bryant, Blake Bortles will suck less. And maybe that is the case. Maybe Blake Bortles just needs some big, deep target to throw to. So the Jaguars are a team. The Browns still have a lot of money and would love to waste it on Dez Bryant. So don't be surprised if the Browns get Dez Bryant. And we talk about how they have Dez Bryant, Josh Gordon, and Jarvis Landry, some Madden ass-like team, and they act like, oh, that's going to be awesome. Look, if you're playing Madden with the Browns next year and they get Dez Bryant, oh yeah, man, dominate with those fools. Like those are three top-line wide receivers. So the Browns are another team. Any other team that's of interest? Green Bay doesn't have a number one wide receiver right now. Now, they wouldn't be able to sign Dez Bryant for a long-term deal, but they do have enough cap to give him a nice little 2-year type of deal with a good guaranteed bonus. So that would be something with Green Bay that you would have to look at, and something that you could definitely see happening, because Aaron Rodgers with the Dez Bryant, that would be good. And, of course, the Patriots, just because they're the Patriots. So those are some teams that come on to mind. Would a winner of the greatest Royal Rumble winner get a world title shot? I don't know. That's the thing, Degenerate Shark. We don't know anything about the greatest Royal Rumble winner. Thank you, Tyson, for the compliment on my haircut, even though there's no hair right now. And are you going to do a shake-up predictions? I will probably do my shake-up predictions maybe Sunday if I have time, because I have homework to do. Saturday, I'm not uploading anything. I'm celebrating my best friend's nephew's first birthday. So I'm celebrating his birthday. So I'm not going to upload anything on Saturday. I'm going to be out for the whole day and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Clint Carl, I'm a huge Sharks fan. I'm a Sharks fan. Evander Kane, what a pickup that was. I was so scared when we got him, because I thought that I'm not the hugest hockey fan. Okay, like I'll be honest with you, I can't name every Sharks player and stuff like that, but I do like watching hockey. But yeah, Evander Kane, man, I was all scared because the dude's a head case. I was like, oh my god, damn, dude, we're not gonna. And he's been great, been loving it. I think we're going to beat Anaheim, and then I have to just pray either against the Golden Knights or the Kings. Oh God, why the fuck? Why? Like seriously, man, it's like being a Sharks fan. It sucks because like, okay, we start out the season mediocre. Then at the end of the season, oh look, we're playoff contenders. Oh look, we're Stanley Cup sleepers. And now it's just like, okay, we face the Ducks. We're gonna kick their asses in at least 5-6 games at the most. Like I give it 6 games. We go to 7 games with the Ducks, we're fucking idiots. 6 games at the most with the Ducks. Then I have to go face the Kings. Get the fuck on out of here, man. Or the Knights. That's just terrible, man. Like we're gonna get our asses kicked. So hopefully the Knights, man, hopefully the Knights like realize that they're an expansion team and they start sucking soon. Because I just want the Sharks to make the Stanley Cup playoffs again, man. Like as long as we don't have to face a good team in the finals, that's all I care about. All right, let's see what other thing. Should WWE hire Del Rio and no, Weston? I don't think WWE should rehire Del Rio, man. Like, did you, Weston? Did you miss the first part of the stream where I said, did you miss the first part where I said screw Del Rio? Like, no, I don't want him back, especially to do that gimmick. Paige is now the GM. Why would that be a thing? I'm a Raiders fan. Well, okay, now the NBA playoffs are starting tomorrow. Who's going to the NBA finals? The Warriors versus the Rockets. Chase, that's 2 Western Conference teams. I know, that's the NBA Finals. You think the Raptors are going to win? The East, I will say with the East, minus it, only the playoff LeBron shows up. That shit is wide open. Like, I'm not even shitting you when I say we could see the 76ers in the NBA Finals. I'm not even shitting you when I say that, man. I'm not even shitting you. Like, honestly, we could see so much crazy shit in the Eastern Conference. Like, it won't be good basketball, but we could see a lot of madness and shakeup and stuff like that. Like, heck, the Miami Heat can even upset the Sixers. The West, you know what's going to happen. Like, I'm happy my Timberwolves are in there, and I'm hoping we can at least just get one game against the Houston Rockets. Just one. But, man, we all know what the real finals is. It's the Warriors versus the Rockets, and then they're moving on to go beat up whoever the Eastern Conference teams have. Like, I can guarantee you, the winner of the Western Conference Finals, that team is going to go on. That team is going to go on and become the NBA champion in 5 games. 5 games at max. Because they'll probably want to win on their own home court. Yeah, so Warriors and Rockets. But then again, the Rockets do have the dynamic trio of playoff chokers. Mike D'Antoni, Chris Paul, and James Harden. That's a terrible trio to have in the playoffs. And the Warriors do have a banged up. Why am I trying to convince myself other teams have a chance? Fuck it, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, so Warriors and Rockets, NBA Finals, and then they'll have like a nice consolation finals or something like that. I swear, if the Raptors win this season, I'll be so happy. I'll just be like, fuck these super teams. It'll be nice to see like Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. And like Serge Ibaka. Could you imagine that NBA? You have Jonas Valanciunas as an NBA champion. And they beat the Warriors or Rockets. Norman fucking Pagliacca and Pirtle and shit. Just thinking about the Raptors winning is just so funny to me because I just don't see it. Oh. Will Lashley use the spear and their Dominator as a finisher? I don't know about the spear. Dominator is still a possibility as a finisher. Because the running power slam, that's Care Bear's move, and Roman has a spear. So yeah, but I hope he uses at least one. The spear he should be using, but yeah. I believe so too, Andre Corbeil. So let's see. What big star do you feel is responsible for a lot of shitty matches? Like, in which promotion? Just WWE or any promotion? Big star in WWE putting on shitty matches. That's so... I mean, Shinsuke is the easiest one, but he's not a star. When I think of a star, I think of like Triple H, The Rock, and stuff. I mean, I guess if you're going off like stars, Triple H. How many main events do Triple H really have at WrestleMania that are worth a damn? I mean, granted, yes, I'm a huge Triple H fan, but Triple H, when it comes to being a big star, has always put on like some mediocre to decent matches. It's never been like awesome. Like his main event matches at Mania have always been decent to mediocre. He's never really had like all his noteworthy pay-per-view stuff are always against The Rock or Stone Cold. Like I can't remember Triple H doing a main event that's noteworthy with a bad appointment. Like, you know, he tries to get good matches out of guys like Khali and shit like that, but it doesn't do anything. So Triple H probably is the biggest star with bad matches. Oh, shoot, Isaac Brook. I didn't know it was that early, man. Thank you, man, for getting up this early. All right, let's see. Oh, let me go see the questions. And Xander, you can still ask questions. I just got your Channel Awesome one in the back of my head. I'm still going to answer that Channel Awesome one because there's a lot to talk about with that. I just wanted to answer other questions first because I don't want people to be like, why is he not answering my questions? All right. Is it funny that WWE is promoting Greatest Royal Rumble while Backlash is on the bark burner? Yeah, man. It's like so funny, too, because literally Samoa Joe came out and he's all like, I'm going to go after your belt after I beat you. like seriously, it's like, wait, so here's the thing. Greatest Royal Rumble, Joe's going to be on that card. He's going to be in a ladder match, but he could possibly lose that match and then all of a sudden get a free Universal title match just for showing up because he's like, I'm going to beat your ass. Man, I wish that's why for WWE, just get injured. If you're a wrestler and you're like, man, I don't know what's going on with my career, injure yourself on purpose, and then you're just going to be all like a main eventer right away. Because, like, seriously, Joe was, like, gone, hasn't done anything significant, and I'm a Joe fan, but he hasn't done anything significant, and then he just waddles on out there saying, I want that title. like, come on, man. Like, I get it that he's an internet guy, so fans are not really going to pick on that, but, like, seriously, if Roman wins, it's going to be Roman versus Joe for the Universal title, and Joe hasn't done shit. Have you heard the conspiracy that Roman Reigns will win the Universal title at Saudi Arabia? Also, there's a huge fan base of Reigns over there. Yeah, don't they have like a Roman Reigns hotel over there? Like, they have something. Yeah, they have something like that over there. But yeah, I figured that's what WWE's trying to do. Like, I think Lesnar's deal is literally just, hey, we signed a deal where you could work, if you could work some dates for us, but it's more of a UFC first type of deal. Like, Lesnar's priority will be UFC first and WWE second, or whatever's going to pay him the most money or give him a good payout second. So that's how I feel like Lesnar's deal is. Like, I don't think it's a long-term deal, but I do think it will. Because, like, here's the thing that people forget. If Lesnar's going to sign a contract, and let's say it's, like, similar pay to his current contract, there's no way he could just work one more event and, like, a SummerSlam to get that payout. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what people don't understand about contracts. That's why when Goldberg came back, I was like, why do y'all think that's his only match? You think Goldberg's literally going to come back for just $200,000? No, he's probably coming back for a 1 year, $5 million contract, which he did. So Goldberg had to do a bunch of events to get that $5 million. So yeah, that's what I'm saying with Lesnar. He's probably here for another year just to get paid what he wants, and then he's done with WWE. But I think it's more of a UFC first contract where Lesnar's like, hey, UFC's my main priority. The Cubs are underperforming this year. The hitting has just been trash, honestly. Pitching's been fine. Like, the pitching has been fine. It's just the hitting has just been so inconsistent. Like, Joe Madden really needs to get these guys to, like, watch the ball more or something. And plus, Rizzo being out for a couple days didn't help. Bryant's been awesome, though, you know. And Schwarber has been being good trade stock as of late. Because we're trading Kyle Schwarber. I don't care what anyone says. That dude's gone soon. Yes, Tyshawn, I'm ready for the NBA playoffs. My team, the Timberwolves, finally made it after 14 years. And I cannot wait to see, I cannot wait to see what we do in the playoffs. I just want one game against the Rockets. And I think the Rockets may have the Warriors number here. But you know what they say, when in doubt, just trust the Warriors. So I think the Warriors will be going to the finals. But I won't be surprised if the Rockets make it. First of all, I have the best haircut and facial hair out of Schleg Daddy. Schleg Daddy just has a good hairline, alright? Can he grow a beard, though? No, Schleg Daddy struggles just growing a beard. Come on, man. So, yeah. Braun rules the East. Yeah, he does. West, Warriors, or Rockets, East, anyone, ABL, anyone but LeBron. How far do you see the Thunder going in the playoffs? Honestly, with their matchup against, they're Portland, right? They're facing the Jazz. Wait. Yeah, they're facing the Jazz. Portland's facing Pelicans. So, yeah, honestly, with that matchup right there, the Thunder versus the... I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. The Thunder versus the Jazz, they could honestly lose that one in the first round. Because the thing is, you're taking away a big element in the Thunder's game because they have Rudy Gobert in the paint. Rudy Gobert literally changes every team's thought of like, okay, I'm going to go to the paint. That's the one thing about the Jazz is that they have is Rudy Gobert. So you have to find a way to get Rudy Gobert in foul trouble because Steven Adams in that pick and roll that they like to do with him is not going to work against Rudy Gobert. It's just not going to work. Rudy Gobert is just going to stuff him all the time. He literally makes that team better on defense. And Donovan Mitchell, last time we saw him play the Thunder, like every time he plays the Thunder, he always steps his game up. So I think the Thunder could lose in the first round, but second round at the most. Like it's always first or second round for the Thunder because I don't see the Thunder. Let's see if they win. Don't they face the War? No, they face the Rockets if they win. That sucks. So yeah. Well, Joe's trying to make sure he doesn't get hit. That's what he hurt. That's what he's doing. Well, yeah, Khabib's striking sucked, Isaac. It's not like Khabib's not a good striker. He was just throwing that haymaker out there and stuff like that. What do I think of Bobby Lashley's new theme song? It's decent, man. Like, I don't know. I was kind of hoping they would steal one of his TNA themes, like his second TNA theme or something, or kind of like rip something off like that. I don't know. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I have to go take care of some business real quick, so I'll be right back. Sorry about this. It's my disease. It's kicking in. Apologies for that once again, people. My bad. Can't control the disease that is ulcerative colitis. If I have to go, I have to go. I do apologize once again, man. I don't really like doing that, but it's just I'm not gonna take a shit on camera. Like that's the thing. So yeah, I do apologize for that. I wish I had some entertaining things to play for you guys. So let's see. I answered Bobby Lashley's theme. Joe Rogan's criticism on Khabib's terrible striking. This is a ridiculous question, but I think Reigns is going to SD Live and AJ might go to Raw, with Reigns, of course, winning the belt at GRR, and then maybe title swapping brands. I don't think it's like a ridiculous question. It's definitely something that could be in play, where WWE thinks about maybe we want the WWE Championship on Raw, and then on SmackDown, we can have Reigns kind of rule SmackDown for a little bit. Maybe if Reigns is on SmackDown, he won't get as much hate and stuff like that. Like, it could be something that is in play. Like, I don't think it's out of play. I think, honestly, though, if Reigns does go to SmackDown, it would benefit his career. Like, honestly, like, that's how I feel about SmackDown with Reigns. Because then some fans, and also they may want to, maybe USA or Fox maybe want to say, like, hey, you know, the Raw ratings are good. What can you do for SmackDown? And yes, Reigns has not been a ratings booster or anything like that, but he's someone that would get people to watch SmackDown maybe a little bit more. And that's something that you got to look at there, is that he may be someone that will get SmackDown to look in more and everything like that. So that's just something that you got to say to yourself, could that be a possibility? Because, you know, WWE is trying to get a new TV deal coming out soon. You know, are they really going to just go sit here and say, like, all right, SmackDown's okay? No. Could Reigns help SmackDown? Absolutely. Could you get some mileage with that Universal title? Maybe. But yeah, it could be in play. Like I've been saying, maybe Reigns and SmackDown would be a good thing. How do you see Roman keep the title, and who do you think should beat him? Honestly, at first when Reigns was going to win at Mania, well, like I thought he was, He should have kept the title for like a year. Like, you know what I'm saying? He should have kept the title for a year. But Reigns now, like, honestly, 6 months, 7 months. He's not the next top guy right now, the way that I see it. WWE may portray him as that, but he feels like a filler top guy until they find someone else. Because Cena at his prime would never be such a jobber like Reigns is right now, man. I like Reigns, but he's not a top guy status, man. Top guys don't lose matches like Reigns does, man. Reigns literally loses matches and stuff like that. Thoughts on the Fat Boy Trio going to Impact with Falaba, Tyrus, and the standby wrestler Richard Justice? What the fuck? What kind of shit is that? What the fuck? That's a tag team? I mean, good for them. Yeah, as long as they make their money, that's all I care about, man. Did you check out UFC's 25 press conference, especially Covington versus Usman trash talking? Yeah, that was funny as hell, man. That was funny as hell. Do I think Gargano is WWE's Kenny Omega? Ooh, that's a great question. Degenerate Shark Dawn. That's a great question. I honestly think WWE's Kenny Omega is honestly Daniel Bryan. Gargano is more of like WWE's. He's like kind of like WWE's version of like Naito, if I want to put it that way, where he not character-wise, but always puts on good, consistent matches. But it just feels like the company won't go all the way with him. Like, I know NXT will one day throw that belt on him, but it just feels like he's in big matches, he does cool stuff, but he never really necessarily wins the big one, does he? I mean, yes, Naito did win the IWGP title, but that was like, what, 50 days at the most? Just saying, like, you know, he feels like more of WWE's Naito, if that's a fair comparison. Puts on good matches and stuff like that. Ben Simmons is Rookie of the Year straight shooter. I like Donovan Mitchell, but Ben Simmons is awesome. Man, when you get older, MJPG Chill, baseball's so fun to watch, man. I love the Andre documentary, Xander. That was such a good documentary. HBO always puts on great sports documentaries, man. That's just something that I always love about HBO. They put on such great sports documentaries, and that was just another fun documentary. Really good, really well paced. Go watch it if you haven't already. Timberwolves could be a threat if Wiggins finds a shot. Fuck yeah, dude. His jump shot, especially. Dude, if Wiggins could just hit fucking threes, man. If Wiggins could just be consistent, man. Like, that's all I want. Is just Wiggins to hit threes. What match finish pissed me off to no end? Oh, definitely the Nexus one. How did John Cena kick out a DDT on Contri? Like, that's the one finish that just, like, I almost quit watching wrestling. I was just like, this is so fucking stupid. Like that was just cartoony as hell. He gets DDT on Contri, 450, and he still beats Justin Gabriel and Wade Barrett like it's nothing. Like, okay, fine. If you want Cena to eliminate one of these fools, okay, that's cool. But why do you have to eliminate both of them? Like, it was just so dumb. Like, I literally just was so mad thinking about that, man. I think CM Punk will fight on the main card. No way he fights on Fight Pass. Prelims? They're not going to give away... Here's the thing. They're not going to give away CM Punk for free. Fight Pass maybe because you have to pay $9.99, but then you can just get your free 2-week trial by entering a fake credit card or anything like that. CM Punk on the main card? Oh, fuck yeah. They're going to make you pay that $50. With that card that they're putting out there, because it's not only going to be CM Punk, it's Covington versus RDA, and it's the rematch between Bobby Knuckles and Yoel Romero. So, yeah, dude, that's a main card fight. Even though it doesn't belong on the main card, but they're going to make you pay to see that. Plus, Punk is fighting in his hometown? Yeah, man. How would you like Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles match for the Universal title? Oh, I would love it. It would be a great matchup between these two guys. AJ always works better with bigger guys than smaller guys. That's just my personal opinion. I feel with guys that are not really... Like, here's the thing about AJ Styles. He works better with guys who are not considered good wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the IWC don't think are really good, or who are just naturally not good wrestlers. He works so much better with guys who are just not good wrestlers because he gets the most out of them and he does a bunch of cool stuff. That's how AJ is. You know, that's why I think Lashley is a good wrestler, but most of the IWC don't see that. They just see him as another big, Vince loves this guy. So, yeah, it'll be good. Don't you feel Reigns will get booed if he goes to SmackDown? Yeah, but then some fans will realize, he's not getting pushed. He's not on Raw every Monday. He's just on SmackDown Live. He's still going to be on every pay-per-view, so it's not going to hurt anything. in terms of Meltzer praising them. Oh, yeah. He's definitely. Oh, in terms of Meltzer, oh yeah, Gargano is Kenny Omega for sure. If you're going off Meltzer, I mean, he has 2 5-star matches from Meltzer already. And by the way, I like the NXT ladder match. No way that's 5 stars. I like the NXT ladder match. I definitely say that's 4 stars at the most. But seriously, 5 stars? Oh, that's not even the best ladder match I've ever seen. It's a great ladder match, don't get me wrong, but not 5 stars. Get the fuck on out of here. Dude, Tanahashi was in the cheap seats, man. I like the picture. I wish I could find the picture. Okada was in the stands. He had a Coors Light he was drinking. I was like, my boy Okada, he knows what's up. I feel like Okada and I, we'd be best friends. Yeah, but it could be also something that Fox would like to, JC, where they say, like, hey, we would want this as well. So that's another reason why they probably want... Because, like, WWE would be like, okay, we have 2 shows. And then Fox will be like, what's the difference between these 2 shows? That's the thing. Like, what are we getting out of these 2 shows? Because, like, WWE's not going to end SmackDown just to go on Fox. Yeah, the trailer to WWE's biopic. Yeah, the Rock's Never Been Harder talking to 2 rejects from Harry Potter. Yeah, that shit was hilarious, man. In a way, though, Xander, they needed to talk about Hulkamania because Andre kind of got Hulk Hogan over. Like, Andre's the reason why Hulkamania was a thing. I get what you're saying, that was unnecessary, but in a way, you had to touch on Hulkamania because that's how most North American audience members know of Andre, and that's how Hulk Hogan got over ultimately at the end of the day, was that. Like, they needed to talk about that because next to Andre the Giant, and a couple other things back in that era, Hulk Hogan, there was nothing bigger than Hulkamania. So you had to talk about that because Hulkamania was almost just the way the popularity was as big as Andre's size. So it was something that you needed to talk about. Like, that's just something that you have to talk about. It's like kind of like in documentaries, they always talk about like the rise of certain teams in the back. Like whenever you will see like the Ultimate LeBron documentary, they're gonna talk about the rise of the big 3 of the Boston Celtics, and everyone's gonna be like, why the fuck are they talking about this? Well, you need to know what LeBron had to go through to try to get to the finals, and why LeBron had the mindset of maybe forming with the big 3 Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do with documentaries. They always try to paint the picture of like teams on the rise that could destroy you and stuff like that. And that's the thing about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was one of the only threats to Andre's popularity. NXT is like a singer uses massive auto-tunes and vocal enhancements, but then they had to sing it live and it doesn't translate the same. That's a good comparison, actually. The pants, man. How do you hate the Okada pants, man? They're just so stylish. Okada's bringing the game back and everything like that. So I'm caught up with questions. So now it's time to talk about Channel Awesome with Xander. Now, if you guys know more about this situation than I do, please, in the chat, just let me know if I'm wrong about something. Because I heard about this news. I heard what Doug Walker, a.k.a. the Nostalgia Critic, posted about something about the website. Now, Channel Awesome has just been something that has just been like being attacked of as of late. Now, I'll just be honest with you. The only person from Channel Awesome that I kind of liked a lot was Angry Joe. That was like the only one where I was like, okay, I like his content. But even then, I started falling off on Angry Joe. Like, I didn't watch Angry Joe as much now as I used to. But I used to watch Angry Joe. Nostalgia Critic, I've only seen like, want to say like a few episodes of his. Like, nothing really too like special. Like, he's funny. He has a good gist of things. But I haven't really watched most of him. He was never really like my favorite film reviewer when it came down to it. So when I heard about the stuff with Channel Awesome and all the craziness that was going on there, I was just like, what the heck's going on? Like, the first time I heard something was from like Mr. Metcore. You guys watch his YouTube videos. He's a good commentator and stuff like that. Mr. Metcore was talking about Channel Awesome, and he went on these funny themes and stuff like that, and he was trashing that Linkara guy. That's the funniest episode, man. Like, I couldn't believe what that guy's into and stuff like that. That Linkara dude, he fits the mold of like typical internet dude and stuff like that. Like, man, that dude's insane. But you guys gotta watch that Mr. Metcore video about Linkara. Linkara is pretty much known for, like, I think he has like a comic series, but I know him from history of Power Rangers. That was another thing. Like, I didn't even know he was part of Channel Awesome. I was just watching that because I'm a huge Power Ranger fan and stuff like that. But man, once you learn more about Linkara, it's so hard to watch those history of Power Rangers because you just think of weird shit, man. But yeah, so I guess something happened with Channel Awesome where shit just is going downhill. And Doug Walker, he didn't seem sympathetic at all about like sexual harassment claims or business claims about the product or anything like that. He just kind of just said, oh, don't worry about it. And now everyone's all pissed about Channel Awesome. This is what happens when you do bad business. Like, honestly, this is what happens when you do bad business and you kind of don't know what you want to be. Like, here's the thing. I feel like what Channel Awesome's problem is, they were trying to be bigger than YouTube. They were trying to be bigger than everything on the internet. And when it came down to like what Doug Walker thought about himself, he thought his shit didn't stink. That's what the Nostalgia Critic really thought at the end of the day. That nothing that he did was bad or wrong. Nothing that his producer would think was bad or wrong. Everything was great because he had a fan base that loved him. Now, I have a fan base that loves me. I have people that watch my videos. But if someone tells me, like let's say if Xander came into chat one day and said, hey Chase, this sucks, I'm going to listen. I'm going to be like, why does it suck right now, Xander? And he will tell me like, man, your quality sucks right now. What happened to the good camera and stuff like that? Why are you not trying anymore? You know, I'm going to listen when someone tells me stuff. And granted, yes, I have a way more smaller channel audience than Channel Awesome. But at one point in time, I was getting like consistently good views on my YouTube channel. I'll get a bunch of comments. And sometimes I would have people say something to me like saying, hey, I don't like how you do those stupid impressions. And then I would have some people say, I love when you do your stupid impressions. And I have to think, what's the best balance? When to do the impressions? Maybe not trying to impersonate every wrestler, but sticking with the wrestlers that I'm good with at impersonating. And it worked out. It was fine. You know, I listen to what my critiques say. I try to get better because ultimately, when I try to get better, it helps me feel better about myself. Yes, maybe this channel is not the best wrestling channel out there, but when it comes to improvements, hopefully when you guys are watching this channel, you guys sit here and you say to yourself, hey, Chase has kind of improved. The camera is a lot more better than it was in the past. I got myself a new microphone and everything like that. I don't get enough YouTube money to have all this shit. You know, this is just stuff that I was just like, hey, I've been wanting this new microphone. This is a microphone that I could use when I start my own podcast in the future and everything like that. This was just something that I just looked at. And when it came to Channel Awesome, it just felt like they always felt like their shit never stunk. Like, oh, Channel Awesome, they could do no wrong. Like, Channel Awesome was always perfect, always great. Everything about Channel Awesome is just great. We'll improve a little bit. We'll give you guys content that you guys don't want. That's what it feels like with Channel Awesome, is that they always gave us content where it's like we wanted one thing and they would give us like another thing. And that's something that you just don't do to your subscribers. Like, you just gotta stick with what works. Yeah, maybe sometimes it doesn't work out. Maybe sometimes scheduling complex doesn't get in the way. But when you're a channel like Channel Awesome and you're so freaking huge, it's hard for you to like get out of this loop. And especially when you have like a huge group and shit's going wrong in the group, you know, that's just hard to control. Because I don't care what anyone says, man. You have a group with that many people in there, there's going to be some crazy shit that happens. There's going to be some sexual harassment claims. There's going to be something that's going to go down south. You got to prepare yourself for those situations. You got to have something where you talk to future content creators. Like the fact that they don't have like a thing, like, because I don't know if this is for you guys, for your work. The first thing a lot of jobs do that I at least go to, but when I do an interview and when they talk to me, if I don't hear certain things that I like, and I know that sounds very selfish, but I'm talking about from how to protect my ass, how to know when my situation, because here's the thing, ultimately at the end of the day, I want my ass to be protected. I want to make sure that I know all the rules in advance so I don't get in trouble. That's what I like to do. That's how I feel. And so when it comes down to it, the fact that they have it, especially because like YouTube people, we're crazy as it is. We think that this is like the end all be all and stuff like that. When it really isn't. These people, you're not giving them any guidelines about sexual harassment. You're not telling them about like, hey, you're not really going to get paid for this and stuff like that. Like, most of you guys were just uploading to that channel. They didn't see a freaking penny to their channel. I've only uploaded 2 videos to my good friend, Sports Fan Entertainment, MJ, Munya Jumbi. 2 videos, ever. And every single time I've uploaded, whatever money I made on his channel for his AdSense, he's sent me via PayPal. It's only been like $2. Nothing big. But MJ at least gave me money for that shit. His channel is growing, but it's nowhere near Channel Awesome status. And you're telling me with all these videos that these fuckers make, they can't send money to any of these content creators? They can't give money to people who actually put in hard work and actually entertain you? Because really, to be honest, when it comes to false allegations, seriously, I listen when a company comes to me and they talk to me and stuff like that. And here's the thing, when it comes down to it, a lot of jobs that you may be looking for, women are going to be dominant in that job. There's going to be a lot of women that you'll work for. And don't get me wrong, some of those women that you work for are going to be good looking. It's not like all women you're going to work for are going to be bad looking. Heck, when you work with someone long enough and you talk to someone long enough, you might just start developing feelings for them. Now, granted, I'm a lot older than I was way back when. So it's like, for me personally, nowadays, like if I find a female that's cool, yeah, I'll be friends with them. Doesn't mean not to be attracted to them. But yeah, I'll be friends with them. I'll talk to them about stuff. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal just to be friends with women. When you start understanding that, then everything else is start to worry. But you gotta know your boundaries. Like for me personally, unless I'm super close with you, or unless I hear super good news about you, or I haven't seen you in a while as a female, that's when I'll go in for a hug. Or if I talk to you about something and it just seems like you need a hug at the end, if you're a female friend, not my girlfriend, a female friend of mine, I don't really hug you. I give you a dap and that's it. Why? Because nowadays with this type of fucking world, you got to protect your ass. You got to make sure that your ass is protected. You got to make sure that no one's going to call sexual harassment for doing a hug. I ain't dealing with that situation. Fuck that. So I'll pound it with you. I'll give you a dap. You got to know personal space. Yeah, look, I have female friends who are huggers. Yeah, every time they see me, even if we're not super close, they'll come up to me, give me a big old hug. That's who they are. If there's someone who's open to give hugs, then I'll give them a hug, sure. But when it comes down to it, for me, I will initiate hugs. Like I said, if I haven't seen you in a while, if I heard something cool happen to you and it's a congratulations type of hug, or if it's just like, hey, we just had a deep conversation, I'll give you a hug. Unless you're my girlfriend, then I don't really hug you all that much, because personally, you need your personal space. I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to attach myself to you. Because girls, they're mythical creatures. I don't know how this Channel Awesome thing came to girls, but that's how it is with Channel Awesome. Because there's so much crazy shit that you hear about what the CEO and everything else has said about that. And the fact that they just hold no remorse about this is just so disgusting. How can you support a channel like that with no remorse? What happened to my hair, Josue? Dude, you know the drill, dude. Gotta look fresh for tomorrow. That's what's up. 10 a.m. bright and early, man. Like I said, gotta look fresh tomorrow, man. 10 a.m. bright and early, dude. Right? Bright and early? I ain't gonna say the location, but we know what's up. Yeah, so when it comes to Channel Awesome and everything like that, man, that channel, that whole company, 9:30, dude, you guys push back open the time, man. All right, but it's that one place we talked about, right? It's that one place, not the okay, 9:30, okay, but it's that one place, right? It's that one location. I ain't gonna say it on stream, dude, because then you know how some people are. They'll Google it. Yeah. Thanks, Ross. It's fresh, dude. You gotta get that fresh cut. I'm looking skinny with this, man. That's why I did it, dude. That's why I did it. I gotta look skinny. I gotta look fresh as fuck. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna head over there, but I'll drive back with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just gonna get dropped off in that. I'm just gonna get dropped off in that area and stuff like that. But I'll drive back with you guys afterwards and stuff, and then you know what's going down. So yeah, so that's what's up and everything like that. So yeah, Channel Awesome. That question is that. Yeah, you're welcome, Xander, because I just when it comes to stuff like that, like sexual harassment claims and stuff like that, it's just more or less, it's just something that's just whenever I go to a company and I get interviews, I always ask the question too, hey, what are some of your harassment policies, or what's considered harassment. Like, don't ask them that, but just like say like, oh, what are some policies that you have? Like, what are certain things that are okay to say and stuff like that? Do you have like and especially ask if they have like a program that could help you out. Like, that's the one thing is a lot of job sites do have a program where you could work on, you know, let's say if you have anger issues, you can work on anger management, or you can work on how to use better work language and everything like that. Like, a lot of job sites have that. Channel Awesome are just like, oh, you have good YouTube videos. You can help us make money. Come to us, yeah. Want to do stupid video with me? My anniversary video where we look like idiots? Yeah, come with me. That's literally Channel Awesome. That's literally Channel Awesome. And I feel like that's how we should end this stream. Well, thank you guys very much for coming in to the Friday Wrestling live stream. Every Friday on the Chase Oliver channel. Around this time, like 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, if I'm available, if I have the time. But if not, it'll be later. But around this time, I'll always come on here Friday talking about the latest wrestling topics and everything like that. There will not be a Raw review live. I'll just be filming it because I do have classes on Monday night. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But, you know, you know, sad too, before I end it off, I remember there used to be a time where I was all like, oh, I'm not going to go to school Monday nights. I'm not going to work Monday nights because I got to watch Raw. Now I'm all like, all right, I'm going to miss Raw. It's cool. I was just so like, it's fine, man. Like, and plus, this class is cool as hell, too. Teacher's really sick. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this live stream. And everything like that. If you guys like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. Before you guys leave, just give the video a big old thumbs up. Those help. And hit that bell icon so that way you guys don't miss out any information whatsoever when I go live or make videos. Enjoy the Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Remember, guys, just like our champion Brock Lesnar, until he is no longer our champion, I'll say this catchphrase: you don't have to give a shit in life. And Yo!